Hi everybody, Mature Simmer here. So welcome back to Basics Trucking and American Truck Simulator. And as you can see, we've got a new live event, Cruising Arkansas. So it has been released today, and I've gone ahead and gotten it as I always do. And so we've been kind of lingering in this area, knowing it was coming. We'll see. We can find something to get us there. Alright, so we do have a job here of hauling a pressure tank from Huntsville to El Dorado. There were some things to Texarkana that are right there on the border, but I don't know that that actually counts. But I think we're going to go ahead and go with this job here. But let me take a quick peek at something. Alright, so I actually had kind of a weird problem in that it wanted me to transport the trailer back to Lincoln, Nebraska, even though I'm here. I pulled away from, because it basically had us reset our location, to the service shop there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm taking just an internal job real quickly here. And just going to Lufkin, so I'm not taking a World of Trucks job, and I'm hoping then that will give me some options. So we've got like 130 some miles. Obviously I got to go get it. I've only got like 50 miles to go get it, or 50 minutes to go get it. So we're going to need to basically be done by let's say by 3 o'clock, just to be safe, because time has been ticking. So I'm guessing I need to go to the next exit here. So it's a little disappointing that it was doing that. So I was hoping, because I basically did a quick drive and just pulled away and was like, well, if I do that, maybe it won't trigger me at that same location and I'll be okay. But it's doing what it's doing, so let's see, where are we going from here? Still straight. Alright, I guess we're going straight. But we've already spent 15 minutes, so I'm hoping we can make this. Come on, guys. I mean, the lights should be fine. We've got the extended lights and all of that on here, so it should be okay, but so I'm not even clear where I'm going. I would just kind of got so messed up and so forth that I'm not sure where that's gonna take me, but we're just kind of going down the side roads here, getting a little bit of free roam. The show that we have mail, but I'm sure that's just special deliveries and stuff like that we can do. Alright, yeah, this is not good, because we're like already... This is like disappointing, because we're already almost out of time, and this is not looking like we're going to be near anything here.
And then turn left.
Oh boy. Are we like having to go way back on the other side of the road? I mean, that would be awful.
Turn left.
But that appears to be what's happening. And again, maybe there will be another job. I mean, I'm not beholden to that job. I was just taking the shortest job I could.
Keep left. And then turn left.
I mean, that would be really like irritating if suddenly we were on... What are we waiting on? Yeah, I think I've already lost it. That is frustrating. I mean, it's in Huntsville. I really thought, like, how big could this be? But clearly, it's big.
Get ready to turn right.
Wow. This is like really out in the middle of wherever.
Turn right.
Okay, so we're going to Warehouser. Which is like a big logging company.
Go straight.
So I'm assuming that's where we need to go, but yeah, we're well over an hour now, so I don't think this load's going to be here anymore.
Get ready to turn left.
Not the best result, because I'm sure there will be other loads here, but they're just not going to be ones that I might want to take, because they might be a lot farther away, but we'll see.
You have arrived at your
Or
destination.
maybe there won't be, I don't know. But yeah, they're doing some stuff. So let's see what we've got. It was under the freight market. Yeah, see, these are all in the wrong direction now. Nah. Not what I want to be doing, and again, these are... So wait a second, did I have... Maybe I see I was looking at external contracts. I wonder if that was my problem. Well, then maybe we'll be okay, because that might have been why it was dropping off our load, because it was like, oh, you're picking up a trailer. So I thought these were the ones that I wanted, but I thought these were showing that, you know, we were the whole thing. So I think I was looking for the wrong kind of job. So I have empty pallets that I can get there. And again, these are external, so we're okay. But let's see. This is probably better. And then, yeah, we do have pressure tanks that are paying a lot more. But then that takes us from Turner. So that would be the same load, but I might be able, that I was planning on taking, and that might work. Alright, well, so silly me. I created my own problem, is what I did. I was looking at the wrong type of jobs. So that's semi-good news. We're just wasting a bit of time here. Ah. Great. Now we're damaging our trailer because of the jackknifing.
Right.
Alright. So Turner was right here, though, so I'm thinking we're not going to have to go too far. So we'll see if that gets us there, and then, you know, we've added a little bit more time. So we'll end up going through Texarkana, but, you know, we kind of already have that discovered, but we don't want to... We're going to have to deliver. Now, I do like the fact that on the World of Trucks jobs, they've added a new thing where there's a checkbox that shows you what cities that you need to do and so forth. So that is a nice change, because that was always something you were like trying to figure out, because you would discover cities, but then you're like, well, did I already go there? Did I not? And so it was always confusing, because like you'd see it was discovered, but it's like, did I get credit? And again, I don't know that I'll get them all done in time. I tend to always struggle a bit. And again, the truck paint job's kind of interesting, but it's not great. Okay, well, because it's a World of Trucks job, we'll be fine. So it is there, but I need to basically turn around. Oh, no, I guess not. So there must be another turner. I see that car there, so I just want to make sure there isn't another one I'm not seeing. So I'm driving a little bit on the roadway there. Alright, we'll get ourselves maxed out. So yeah, there's multiple turners. Okay. That makes more sense then, because it was showing on the map like I wasn't really near it. So I was a bit confused, but yeah, it's almost like, is this where I came from? Not quite sure that it was. Well, if it was, I would have the roadway. So, I mean, I clearly was at this at some point for some reason, but I don't think I came from there, because otherwise we'd see that on the same roadway.
Turn right.
Really? I hate the headlight thing. And again, it does that when it resets you, because it turns them off. So it's just frustrating, because I had my lights on, and only because it reset did it turn everything off. Now, it's Sunday at 4:30. I can't believe we have to have headlights on by then. I mean, I wouldn't have noticed it anyway, so it's just the nature of the beast. Alright, so we need to go in.
You have arrived at your destination.
Okay. So I'm assuming that we go through here and around, because we can see again it's over there, so very similar delivery spot to one I had before, and so we do know we could go through here. So I think before it was like a Home Depot or something, but okay. So it makes a little more sense why it was giving me the error, because basically it's like, well, you're gonna grab it. What did I just do? I don't understand. Did I hit? I wasn't on the curb. Oh, this is so confusing. Like, I didn't hit anything. Ay, ay, ay. I have a 5% damage on my truck. Like, this is bad. We're gonna have to do the same thing I did before, where I've gotta then bring myself back. Again, this series, we're trying to stay within the cab. That's part of the agreement. We're driving it like a little bit more real. We're the trucker in there. We don't drive with a overhead. We can look around. That's the way we kind of pretend we're looking around. But okay, so loading our cargo. All right. And there's our trip meter. And we have, it was like 390 some miles or something, so it's a bit of a long haul. I'm sure we're going to be an hour or more with this episode now, the way things went. So again, I do apologize if that's irritating folks. But it is what it is, I guess, right? So the other thing is, I'm not sure we're going to get there before we have to rest.
Get ready to turn right.
And again, that's okay, because we do need to rest, and with the World of Trucks, we're okay, because we had 21 hours to get. Oh my gosh, I cannot stop. All right, well, I guess I'm either sticking out or he's just being nice, but I was like laying on the brakes, and I like really stepped on them. All right. But the good news, and the reason I kind of took the longer one, because again, I mean, to get out, I can go back through Texarkana. It can be my last one if I'm really working on that type of thing, and getting that World of Trucks event completed. And we have till like mid-November to do it, so I mean, they do give you a couple months, but it's still, I just haven't been great at doing them recently. So they basically give you a paint job for a truck with like a deer in a kind of a forest background is what they do, because Arkansas is the natural state. Okay, so we have obviously gone through here and had, alright, let me slow this down a little bit so that we're not getting a speeding ticket. But that was the viewpoint of Lake Livingston here, I believe, that we had in our last trip. But yeah, you know, we had been talking about in the previous episodes, like, oh, it's coming. And then, you know, because they had the beta. And I think it was about a month, almost exactly, or, you know, right around there. But basically it came out about when I was going to go, or the announcement came out like a week ago. And they said, you know, hey, it's coming. And so I knew, well, I really would rather not drive if I could, and not have another episode that isn't using the DLC. And it worked out because I looked at the dates and I'm like, yeah, you know, today's the day that a Euro Truck episode is going to be there, and I already had that ready to go. Are we going to turn here, or are we going to do something else? I guess not. Alright, well, it's not telling us to turn, so we're going to assume we can stop. And go straight ahead. It's not saying turn right. By now it certainly would have done that. So I think I'm good. But yeah, it worked out well, other than the little botched mess that I had starting this thing up. So, but we'll get in there, and so the benefit is we'll get a little bit of Arkansas in this episode, where otherwise it's like we're literally crossing the border and delivering. So yes, we would have technically gotten some Arkansas, but it would have just been a little bit of whatever the city of Texarkana is doing on the Arkansas side, and that would be it. Which might be nice, but might not be. It's certainly not going to be as much as where we're going in a little bit deeper. So if you're looking at the DLC, you know, as far as things go, because again, you know, people complain all the time, oh, I bought American Truck Simulator, why are you making me buy states? This was actually a little bit cheaper. It was $11.99, where the last few releases have been $12.99. So they acknowledge that Arkansas is a little bit smaller and so forth. So that was nice. You know, they don't really usually announce the pricing. You know, Texas was $17.99, but that, you know, Texas is big. So, I mean, I think it had like 23 cities, where Arkansas has 10, which is a little bit more normal to what you've typically got. But we are at 37 miles at this point. Obviously, we're going to be getting on the interstate here, and that will obviously help us move along a little bit quicker. But we are kind of backtracking the way we've come before, so we're not going to get a lot of discovery again. And maybe when I see the rest area, I don't know, we'll see how quick we see one, because usually I like to get to the point where I'm at least yawning. I mean, we still have a little bit of daylight here and so forth. Alright, I guess it's not the interstate. We're just on US Route 59 here. And yeah, there's a rest area right there. So I think we'll keep going unless suddenly he does start. Because right now we would be kind of taking off at 4 a.m., 4:45, which, you know, wouldn't be terrible. But certainly not quite the same. So if I get myself closer to like 8:30, get a couple more hours down the road, that would be good. Oops, drifting around a little more than well, really shouldn't drift around at all. Oh, goodness. Wonderful AI garbage again. Come on. So, yeah, typical SCS. I'm assuming this truck ran into somebody. Otherwise, I don't really know why he's sitting there. Wow, that is just... He's got his hazard lights on, so... Maybe it's just a random roadway event, and they generate it like that sometimes, where you just have a broken down vehicle. Don't know.
Keep right, and then exit right.
So, I guess at this
Exit
point,
right.
I'm not gonna kind of overreact with some stuff, but got some real life news today that was not great. Depending on how things go over the next few months, that could really turn into... There's more stuff stuck down there. What is going on with the traffic? There's a possibility that it would be a significant change to just what I would be able to do, and it would just basically mean I have significantly less simming time, and so obviously that will greatly impact the amount of stuff coming out on the channel and so forth. But it should be a few months if something comes to pass, so at this point I don't know that I'm going to mention it anymore. It's fresh on my mind because things kind of happened a few hours ago, and yeah, it was unexpected news, not news we wanted to hear, anybody on our team and so forth, but the world does what the world does, I guess. So we shall see how things go. So doing a lot of praying that things kind of stay a little similar to what we have, and that something gets worked out, but I really don't know how things are going to go. Likely not going to hear anything for another week or two for sure, but it might be months before we really know, into next year and stuff like that. So we'll see. But there's like a little patch on the road, and it did actually, like, you saw the truck kind of boom. So that was cool. I know they said they were going to introduce some stuff like that here and there to add some realism where, it's not totally smooth roads.
Go straight.
So there you go. There was some more there again. Alright, well, now I'm getting close where I probably do want...
Exit right.
Probably do want a rest area, and now we're not seeing any. So, and this is still not an interstate.
Keep left, and then exit left.
Oh, there's a gas
Exit
station.
left.
So wait, I'm turning around. Let me just look real quick. What? I don't understand why. We just came from there. I don't know, maybe we came up here, so. But why it wouldn't have just... Did I miss a turn? I don't understand. Alright. I don't know. This is odd, I will tell you that. Just means we're taking longer to do things than we ultimately need to, but yeah, I didn't hear anything like telling me, oh, go this way, unless, again, in my sharing the potential issue, bad news, I was like, well, maybe I wasn't fully engaged. And there was a little bit of that I was like, am I really in the mood with kind of what happened to do this? But I do want to get the work done so that I don't feel rushed later and so forth. So, because for now, I'd like to obviously. Okay, now wait a minute. So no, I don't want to go. Why is it doing this to me? Because I don't want to go straight. Because if I don't... oh, I see. Well, but I have to exit here.
and then exit right.
Alright, because to me, go straight was, you know, over there.
Keep left.
Because I'm like, yeah, if
And
I
then
don't get off
turn
here, I'm
left.
going to have the same problem. So I don't understand. Alright, so we're going to have to kind of get across the median, get to the other side of the roadway, and then go over. Because normally the GPS is good. Again, we don't have any custom maps here or anything. So it's exactly, you know, that type of thing that then it normally works well. But like I said, maybe they told me to do something and I mean, I didn't hear recalculating or anything like that. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, I do apologize if I seem a little less enthusiastic than normal, because yeah, I'm a little down, just with kind of what may be hanging over the work situation and stuff. So nothing like, hey, that, you know, we're losing a job or something, you know, at least not right now. I mean, again, things can always change tomorrow, but there were some changes in our team, and again, people didn't lose jobs, but their you know, their jobs are changing and so forth. So but then that has an impact on some of us on the team, and that remains to be seen what that will be. So, but it was not news I wanted, certainly. I was perfectly fine with how things were going, and yeah, as it is with jobs probably anywhere, but certainly in the U.S., you know, decisions get made and stuff happens to employees, and you go on and you do the best you can. So, all right, we are yawning, so we do want to go ahead and rest at some point here. So yeah, now I'm pushing it, but again, I should have an hour or two before I like start getting penalized. But obviously, if I can drive a little more in daytime, that's always preferred. Versus driving at night. So hopefully we'll come up on something soon. But we're taking a little bit to get up to speed. These pressure tanks must have some weight to them. But 60, so we can go a little bit quicker. But again, this is a 75-mile road, and we're not allowed to go that fast with a World of Trucks job. I gotcha. I heard you, but I'm trying. But right now, map design is not working with me. So this is when you start to kick yourself, like, oh, it was 3 hours earlier, but if I had just rested, I wouldn't be worried about it. But of course, you know, then it all still ends up rolling together in some ways. Alright. Alright, so we're into Naha.
Go straight.
Alright. So, light is green. We'll see if we get through it now that we've done that kind of slowdown. Of course not. That was like a really dangerous thing. Like, he slowed down and then wasn't going to. Alright, while we're waiting, we'll take a look. So, alright, so we've got one there. So we will certainly rest at that location. We'll pull off and do that. But now we're red, which is a little scary, but should be okay. Come on, lights. I do need them to change. Excuse me there. Got a barber shop. So yeah, like I said, I wasn't going to get into things really, but I know there's a lot of regular viewers on series like this that just depending on how things play out, I always feel folks, a little bit like we're
Right.
at least
And then
friendly with
turn
each other or
right.
whatever, and people do care sometimes about how things are going.
Turn
So
right.
just figured I'd let you know there's a potential for unpleasant well, I mean, there's always a potential for unpleasant results. Like I said, I mean, it could, if things really go poorly,
Get ready to turn
it
left.
could turn into that suddenly the job I'm in is not available, which would really be significantly more disruptive than what we have right now. But even if the company I'm at and things kind of work out, I'm just still feeling like it may still be a job change within the organization, and likely doing a different role, and the roles I think that we would be asked to do, given what we've done for the company before. I think it just would significantly change, having the ability and the blessing that I've had for a while of being able to do a little bit more during the day and kind of on a daily basis. And again, it's not a woe is me story in that regard. I do get that I was very lucky to have the opportunity in the situation I did, even for as long as we did, and kind of going back to what everybody who works is majority of people that work are doing, which is that you can't turn around and sim in the middle of your workday at any point in time, which I've had the ability to do. I'm not expecting any tears to be shed over that kind of thing, but as you might expect, having been in a situation where I have been able to do that, like, there is some sadness of, oh, I wish it would continue, but I understand that it was a unique situation the way it was. So, oh, you can hear some frogs. I don't know if they came across, but yeah, as we went over. And I think those were some things they were adding and changing in to do a little bit more wildlife and stuff like that. But yeah, as we went over that bridge, which I'm sure was a river of some sort. Oh, no, this isn't. There's no rest area there, so I just know it's hanging off the side somewhere. Now I am worried we're going to get penalized, because there it is. All right, I'm like, because it's been a while. It's been like an hour since we looked, and we were yawning already. And okay, good news is it looks like we don't have to stop. Well, no, the stoplight's up there. It's just warning us. All right, and again.
Go straight.
There we go. All right, so we're not going all the way there. I was worried I'd get stuck at the light and then be even longer again. So I'm guessing I would call this a truck stop, certainly, that's just tucked over here. Fuel's in good shape, so I'm not going to worry about that. We're just going to get ourselves through to the parking spaces in the back, and hopefully, again, they won't hammer us, and maybe we'll just get, there we go, to be able to rest without fully parking. So we'll do that, and we'll keep ourselves moving. All right, but now obviously we're a little later into the morning than I would have been expecting, and we'll just go around this way, because we also could have rested over here. We're throwing up a little bit of dust behind us, I think, which is kind of nice. I mean, it's not nice that it's dusty, but just it's cool that they did it with that level of detail. All right, if I go here, at least I'll discover all the roadway.
Turn left.
And that way, you know, from the completion of the map, we won't have like a little piece hanging out here, versus if I had gone to the other entrance, we would have had that little piece back there, but now we are all set. Alright. And then I assume we'll turn right and we will continue.
Right.
So 234. Again, I'm still not sure that I didn't get redirected back there. And if I did, then it might be more than the 300, you know, high 300s that we got to go to. So we might get into 400. Alright. Whoa, turning too far. Alright, I should be able to pop over. Alright. Well, we can't enter there anyway, so if it is going to have us go on off this road, like it'll tell us to turn left up there and then we'll worry about it, but I'm just going to stay in the right lane because otherwise I would have had a lot of traffic to line up behind. Alright. So that takes us to Dallas, which we're not doing. We're trying to get out of Texas. So we are continuing, but basically we're just backtracking the way that we came into town here. So we're kind of heading through, but there we go. Texarkana's 47 miles, and then obviously we'll be heading east from there if we're not already heading east a little bit before we get there. But so 47 miles is going to be before 300, so we might still be okay. So it may have included that weird turnaround thing in the regular piece, but it was just a really odd way to go on the roadway to get where we were headed. But I'm hopeful we'll get this episode still packed into less than an hour. Obviously, some of it's going to depend on what my delivery situation is like, but even with some challenging things, at this point I think I've gotten pretty good at parking. Although, again, doing things in cab here can get a bit challenging, so... But again, we're, you know, on, I don't know, the 60th or something. I guess we're in the 50s for the number of episodes. Just taking a quick peek over at the side of something that'll help me figure that out. And so, you know, having done 50 plus parking jobs at this point this way, you would hope then that I'm capable of doing quite well with it. Alright. So it's got like the truck tip over thing, but it's not like it's telling us to slow down. So I think we're alright, and we're technically 10 miles below the speed limit, so I would hope the roadway is more than capable of just letting us stay at speed. Alright, so we're at 282. So we are getting, you know, we shouldn't, again, get to 300 before we get to Texarkana. So, and that would be the Texas side, so, you know, we'll have to get over to, you know, and it's all one city, but we'll get over to the Arkansas side, and obviously I'm sure that'll be a few more miles than just getting to the outskirts of Texarkana, but I'm guessing it's right up there. So and I'm thinking we lost the yellow, because again it's like, well, how did I go the other way? But now this is gone. This was probably changed for the Arkansas map. So that's what does happen, is like things you had discovered you suddenly now haven't, because it's basically new roadway.
Keep right.
Alright. So we We are now heading toward Little Rock, which is in Arkansas, but we're not going to Little Rock, I believe. Oh, wow, we are enjoying our trip up the Mixmaster, as again they'd be called in Texas. I don't know about I assume it's everywhere in Texas, but I'm not entirely sure. So, all right, Little Rock.
Keep
So,
right.
I was gonna say we're not gonna go to Dallas, so we're gonna obviously go the other way. So I guess technically we're in Texarkana, but I don't know. So we'll see, because yeah, I mean, we're at 310, and that's more than the 47 miles by a good amount. Probably almost 20. Alright, well, it's not making us merge. It looks like it just is adding the lanes, so I will keep going until it tells me I can't. Alright, Houston, Shreveport, Fort Smith. Those are things that we wouldn't be going to, because we're not going back into Texas to go to Houston. Shreveport's in Louisiana. That doesn't exist. There we go.
Exit right.
Welcome to Arkansas. Oh, well, it is sending us that way, so... Alright.
Exit right.
So I guess we'll see where we go.
Turn right.
Huh. Not what I was expecting. I guess I'm going too slow. It's not taking it. Or, well, maybe it is. It's just uphill enough that I'm not accelerating. Like, it is not putting the cruise back on. But it is. Alright. So we're in Arkansas. So
Keep right.
this
And
is
then
the
exit right.
this is the new new DLC. So,
Exit right.
and as you would expect, it's not going to suddenly be like, ooh, look how different I am. I'm not that familiar with areas of Arkansas, so
Turn left.
I'm assuming there's some hills, but you know, there shouldn't be. I mean, I guess toward the north end, you've kind of got the Ozarks, which, you know, are called mountains, but they're not very big because they're part of southern Missouri too, so obviously those will work together. There's a big kind of touristy trap thing called Branson in Missouri. We'll see if they include that as a destination. They might. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. There's a whole lot of... I mean, obviously the trucks have to deliver goods to the stores and all, but it's not like it's some big industrial thing. I mean, it's totally a tourist thing. So if you've been to places like Gatlinburg or the Wisconsin Dells, it's kind of along those lines. Like musical shows, comedy shows, just a lot of theaters with shows, and obviously things to do like Jeep tours, you know, do things and where you get a Jeep drive and so forth. So if you ever heard of pink Jeep tours, they're pink Jeeps, as you might imagine, but they'll take groups of people, and you know, you'll go a little bit off-roading here and there, and they'll kind of give you a tour of the area as part of it. So when my wife and I were out in Branson, we did that. It was fun. Things are usually fun. That's always a good thing. You're always trying to do fun things, right?
Go straight.
Got some Wells Fargo Bank. Not sure where the line is, but I'm thinking it's up there. Normally it'd be drawn a little more obvious, but maybe again they're trying to recreate a little bit of rural feel where maybe it's not always as well delineated as things should be and so forth. But I'm quite sure there's some line that if I crossed, I'd get a red light fine. So I'm just glad I didn't hit it and I didn't do that. So part of the update, so we are also, I guess I did forget to mention this at the beginning, we are also on 1.51 of American Truck Simulator now. So this is the one that had the new title screen to kind of go with other things that people were grumbling about. I can't believe you're spending time on a title screen. Why aren't you whatever? But again, the title screen was the title screen. But there's a few changes here and there as well, but I'm not sure anything specific. Other than in Texas, they did replace some of the trees with loblolly pines, which are more native to the area. So I don't know, like these pine trees here, if that is those, and there's kind of some in Arkansas. They kind of, I think, resemble what I remember seeing. Because again, it's not like the trees would just suddenly stop, like, oops, state line, I can only be in Texas. So, you know, they could go a little bit into Arkansas and stuff like that. Because I'm guessing to some degree that is partially why they appeared, is that it's like, yeah, we kind of need them down in this area and we can use them in the Arkansas DLC and then they'll be available. Well, we got a train coming through. So we got some big facility. Actually looks like Weyerhaeuser again, so a big logging facility. And they did say there's like animated log loading, I think. So I'm not sure, like, if we have the right kind of trailer that we'd ever get asked to haul that. And they were talking about like grain and chips, so like wood chips and stuff. Again, I know we don't have the right trailer for that. But so those were some of the kind of the major changes in 151. Alright, we should be getting close. So definitely, like a peach tree or something. Cool. A lot of interesting, just like they're taking out some of the trees in that lot there. Alright, if we head over to the right, we'll maybe stop at the viewpoint. But if we're not, then we won't. And it doesn't appear to be telling us to turn right, so I assume we then won't. Nope.
Go straight.
Alright, so Magnolia, welcome to Magnolia. So Magnolia, Arkansas, I guess. Alright, no train, that's good. Would have been sad. So athletic complex, so we've got a few things around there. Alright, we will do that. So yeah, I think it was El Dorado. That might be where I'm headed. So, little tiny gas station. Alright, at least it just adds the lane. Now are we going to turn right again, or are we going to go left?
Get ready to turn left.
Okay. So, is it going to let me go? Guess not. So, looks like we've got a left turn lane. There's another sign of Magnolia. Just feel like I can't brake the truck. I don't know. I've done some iRacing recently, and maybe I'm just used to not pressing the pedal quite as hard, because obviously you don't want to lock up your tires in the race car and skid and all that, but the truck just seems a little more challenging to stop. I don't know if they did some physics changes in the model and stuff that might be causing a little bit of that. I'm not sure. it has gotten a lot later than I thought. Goodness gracious, now I understand why I'm getting a bit tired, so I am ready to wrap this up because, yeah, I need to get to bed. So that I'm ready for work tomorrow and, again, don't create a different kind of problem for myself. So,
Keep left.
anyway.
And then turn left.
I kind of figured that, but that's alright.
Turn left.
So, real traffic has given us some real traffic. Tell you that. Looks like 30 miles still to El Dorado. So, still makes me wonder if, like, what I had done was somehow I missed a turn somewhere. Because it is odd. Like, we're clearly going to go over 400 miles because we're not seeing our delivery spot anywhere. I will say this does have a very different feel. Probably one of the more rural layouts they've done. I don't know, it feels like, you know, compared to Nebraska or something, it just feels different. So it's interesting. Another one of those peach trees. More of the cut stumps. They seem to be like, we're going to use those in more places. We have them, we put them in, we're gonna make them appear everywhere in Arkansas. So there's an airport off there which we can't get to. The fire company's clearly going. Alright, let me slow down a bit. Well, I definitely need to slow down more than a bit now. Alright, so now we're in El Dorado, and I believe that would be the town, although we haven't
Right.
we
And
haven't
then
honestly
right.
discovered anything when we think about it. Alright, maybe we're not going to El
Turn
Dorado.
right.
I don't know. I guess we'll be there when we're there, right? Well, there is El Dorado, but it's not giving me a discovery point. Or at least not yet, because now, okay, it looks like maybe we're just running, like, in parallel next to it. Alright, there's our delivery point. So maybe 430, 440. But good amount of miles. And I knew this was going to be a longer run
And then
because of
exit
how
right.
far we were going. That was a bit of why I was like debating taking a Texarkana run.
Exit right.
And once again, obviously, if I didn't have the kind of confusion where I was like, oh, I can't take this, and I was planning on doing something else, it wouldn't be this long. Like, we would have probably had 10 minutes less than we do have. So, but hopefully a little bit longer has been enjoyable for you. I guess we'll wait and let these guys go. So we got the fire engine coming the other way. All right, Roto-Rooter, Mr. Rooter. Yep. Oh, truck's coming. Oh boy, he's coming. Alright, he's letting me in, thank goodness. That could have gotten ugly fast. That's interesting, because we're almost like behind the gas station. So yeah, this is an exit, but I don't know that it, like, continues. So I'm hoping we get the town discovery. That would kind of suck if we didn't. I mean, I'm pretty sure, well, there's the sign El Dorado, so.
Get ready to turn right.
Okay, now I am surprised that we haven't gotten the discovery
right.
ding. I hope they don't have something goofy like that, because that would stink. If I don't get credit for discovering that.
Turn right.
Okay, let's just proceed to unloading area, but
right.
Alright, so I assume we're going in there. Alright, there we go. Why isn't it popping up? Because it does give me the natural state down there, but it didn't say anything. Alright, so we want to be Oh, I've had one like this. I remember those goofy things. Why is that guy over there in the corner? That's really a bad spot for you to be, sir. Like, I'm trying to park a big trailer here. So I prefer you leave, but I know you won't. But, anyway. Nice barbed wire fence. Alright, so I'm just trying to, again, kind of get my bearings of where I want to go and how I want to go. So we got the mirror, obviously, but a little bit of a blind side approach the way this is coming in, but not too bad. So we should be okay. Maybe. Not sure we're over enough. We'll find out shortly. Hopefully we are. Again, that guy's making me nervous. Well, actually, it was just a hard spot to make it work. Alright, there we go. So we will turn off the engine and deliver the pressure tanks. Alright, 473, so that was long. Gets us a little bit more XP. Oh, we've leveled up as well. Alright, so what that means is, again, we can do some ranking here. I think I'm going to go ahead and put it on the high value cargo this time. A good ways in, and we've got one. Oh, so we don't even have to open it. We can just hover over it. So there we go, DORADO. But again, you can see at the bottom, we do need to get Texarkana. Yeah, I guess they're in alphabetical order. But I do like that, because they weren't doing that before. So that is a welcome addition. I don't know that I saw that as something they were going to do. But, you know, 86,000, so not too bad. So we're doing pretty well. Continuing, and not that I'm expecting to have a problem in this one. It's the in-game economy. Everything should work well unless I'm doing something really crazy. But with all of that, we've now got the Arkansas DLC, so super exciting. Definitely going to do a little bit of work in the state for sure, unless somehow we really can't find jobs. But I'm hoping we'll be okay, because obviously we did have that problem, and that's partially how we ended up with the flatbed trailer that we have, because with the dry van we were unable to do things in, I guess, Nebraska or whatever it was that we were working on last time. So hopefully it'll all work. I'm still holding out hope that we're going to get another state before the end of the year, but not quite sure if that will happen for sure or not. In the meantime, as always, if you've enjoyed this but haven't dropped a like, and you're not a subscriber perhaps, please consider both of those things. They're greatly appreciated, and I will see you next time.